Hello, everyone. Rough rides don't last forever. As you all know by now, I once did Rideshare and I had many, many rides and I had many clients, individuals to get into my vehicle and I took them to where they needed to be, where they wanted to go or they thought they wanted to go. And along the way, out of all the individuals that I had in my vehicle, most of them were cool. Not even going to tell y'all nothing terrible. Most of them were cool. But a few of them, they made the ride rough. And when I say rough, I had one woman. She hopped into the back of my vehicle. It's about a 20-minute commute at the time, I remember. Picked her up and she in the back. She talking loud. I'm talking about loud. I'm like, man, she was talking so loud I needed some earmuffs. And I know you all may be thinking, well, why didn't you just ask her to be quiet a little bit? Like, she was only like a minute in, so I was giving her some grace. I was like, maybe she would just lower her volume from a common sense. But you know what? It dawned on me. Maybe she thought that she hopped into my universe in my backseat and thought it was her universe. But I quickly changed the tide. You all want to know what I did? Did I yell at her? No. Did I slam on brakes? No. This is what I did. I rolled my window down because it was blazing hot outside and I turned the AC off. I just rolled down all the windows at first. And she just kept being loud. I was like, okay, the heat not gonna do it. So I was listening to some old school hip hop. It was actually an old Nas album. I was listening to the It Was Written album. I turned the volume all the way up. I was listening to An Eye for an Eye. It was actually Nas, Mobb Deep was on it, and I believe it was Raekwon the Chef. Turned the volume all the way up, and you know what she did? It didn't take long because she was like, "Hey, your music is loud." So this is what I did: turned the gauge down, just slowly. I was like, "Hey, you're pretty loud as well." Shortly thereafter, she got off the phone, and then she was like, "I didn't mean to be so loud." Now, mind you, I always kept it professional 95% of the time when I was doing ride shit. So I was just taking her to where she needed to be. But those first few minutes were rough. But I told myself it won't last forever. And sure enough, it did not. Because 15 minutes later, she was at her destination. And she knew she was in the wrong. How did she know she was in the wrong? It wasn't because she told me. It wasn't because she said it soft in a soft, feminine tone. No, it was because in the way she tipped me. She tipped me in a way that she knew she was out of pocket. She tipped me in a way that she knew she would probably need my services. Because it's a small world. You got to be careful how you treat folks because you can bump into them again. So she tipped me well. I was grateful for the tip. Though I was ungrateful for how loud she was, my ears were still hurting me. But that tip made it all much better. Felt better. So as I'm pulling off, I'm like, okay, this is probably just a one off. Just a one off in the shift of 12 hours. This is just one client that's gonna get in the car. But nope, 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 nope. I pull up to the gym. The name of the gym was Planet Fitness, and we know how the folks are. They go to Planet Fitness. I ain't got nothing bad to say because I was once a member, though I no longer am. I pick up a man. The man gets into my car, and he talking reckless. He's talking violent. He's talking like he gonna knock the person out on the other end, like it was Tyson back in '88 when Tyson had them Tigers getting busy. And I didn't know who he was talking to, but I surely learned. Let me tell you how I learned. One, he was talking so loud and the volume was up. That's one way I learned. But see, at this time, I was taking this person to where he needed to be, and I had to go by some trees so the signal fell. And all I heard was him. I didn't know if he was just thinking out loud or asking me a question or making a statement. Initially, I thought he was making a statement because he was like, she cheated on me. And the way he said it, like I knew her, like we were associates, like, we hung around in the same spots. Now, mind you, I don't know this individual from a can of paint. And I was about to say, why did she cheat on you? But I was like, excuse me. I was like, no, don't say that. Don't say that. Because sure enough, you be quiet a little longer, he going to tell you. He says, I can't believe she cheated on me. My wife, 3 years, she cheated on me. What should I do? Now, I've never been married. And my rule of thumb is since I've never been married, I can't give married people advice. It just comes with the territory. There's many men out there that have been our former members of the fraternity of marriage. But I'm not one of those individuals. So I couldn't really tell him. I told him, like, hey, man, I've never been married. So I wouldn't really have nothing to say other than y'all can pray together. Y'all can go to counseling. Um, he was like, nah, that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. And I was like, well, maybe, just maybe. Going to the gym at work. I was like, look, man, I know you mad. There's nothing I can say that's gonna make you feel better or take the pain away. But I would advise you to get into a plank for about 4 minutes. And if you're still mad after you're in that plank for 4 minutes, then I would advise you to get in it for 10 minutes. And if you're still mad, just do a whole workout set. But I told him, hey, look, you need to do something to get that anger up out of you. Now, mind you, this was about a 10-minute ride. So a left turn here, you turn in before you know it, he had his destination. But before he got out my vehicle, I was like, hey, man, it's not going to last forever. Though it feels right now it's going to last forever, it will not. He was like, I hear you, man. And he gets out my car and I pull off. And I was like, those 2 rides back to back, I thought they were rough rides, but they won't last forever. And then I thought about them and I was like, what they going through is rough. And their situation not going to last forever, but it's going to feel forever. And those that have done rideshare, may it be as a contractor making money, being a service to individuals, or those that have just needed rideshare to get from point A to point B to point C. And those that don't even do rideshare. You may drive family members or friends around here and there or just yourself. What do you all think? Do you all think that rough rides don't last forever? You all can comment at the bottom. Tell me what you all think. I personally think don't nothing last forever. Good, bad, negative, positive. I think if we take everything from moment to moment, then we can eventually get to forever. But everything that has a beginning has an ending. And I'm not trying to be preachy on y'all. Trust me, I'm not. But that's just what it is. But you have to understand that. And I think if people understand that, no matter what aspect of life they're in, especially in the rideshare field, those that do the rideshare apps, when an individual get in your car, whatever they tell you, or however they come off, just know they're not really mad at you, or they could be slightly. But whatever the case is, it's not gonna last forever. And if you know they're going in, you will smile and you'll be able to have the right perspective and you'll be able to navigate accordingly. Because as they say, I believe it was G.I. Joe who said it first, or it was the Army. The cliche was Put one foot in front of the other. And simple but powerful. Putting one foot in front of the other because, again, rough rides don't last forever. Just wanted to bring you all this. Like, share, and subscribe. In fact, if you do think rough rides do last forever, feel free to click my link, click the link below, and go purchase my book from Amazon. It'll help you improve your mindset. It'll help you believe in yourself. It'll also help you know that you're not the only one going through what you think you're going through. You may think you on a solo mission, but believe it or not, it's not a solo mission. You're just one of many individuals dealing with the slight turbulence of this thing called life. And it will one day come to a conclusion. So you can get it for yourself. You can tell a friend, a family member. And if not, you can even tell an enemy. I can guarantee you. Actually, I can't guarantee you because there's not most things I can guarantee you. But most likely, if you send the link to an enemy and the enemy purchase my book and read it, you all will become associates. Then you all will grow from associates to friends. And if it's two people of the opposite gender, you all can grow from friends to lovers. Believe it. So yeah, I hope you all continue to have a great day, and I'll talk to you all later. Peace.